Sometimes you find something just when you're not even looking, and I have found the worst animated film of all time, which I was actually never looking for.
Teach him a lesson!
Captain, iceberg! Iceberg dead ahead, sir!
I think I beat my own record.
An Italian-language animated film from 1999, which was co-produced between Italy and North Korea, in which they tell the story of the Titanic, such as it is, including fantasy elements, a lot of talking animals, there's a whole bunch of talking mice, a giant talking octopus that's simple-minded, and a bunch of other things like whales and a gang of prison sharks. I had to pause this thing like every 3 minutes just to regain the willpower, build it back up to continue for another 3 minutes. The Legend of the Titanic features both human and mouse stories on the Titanic, complete with both human and mouse romances, and the animation style is so awful it feels bordering on cruel to compare it to like 90s Disney films. You could compare it to like 50s Disney films and say this is still atrocious in comparison to that. It's something. The main girl is really into this guy. Her parents want her to marry this evil guy, and you can tell he's evil because he wears an eye patch and says things like, the only things that matter in the world are money and power. Though he does also produce the only moment of the film I actually like, when he says to his henchman, I wouldn't count on you if you were an abacus. Which is pretty funny. But anyway, she's not in love with him, though they're engaged. No, she wants to get with this other guy, this other passenger, this different film. This still rich Andalusian prince. Okay, so here are some of the things that I found particularly egregiously terrible about this film. First off, she can only talk to the orcas in the water because of a magic moonbeam that her tear hit. But everyone else could just talk to the mice, dogs, and sharks without a problem. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. Also, the emphasis, a lot of emphasis on her tears running down her breasts in a children's film. That was, yeah. Also, the fact that she falls for this guy, even though she meets him while he's being just a little bit too friendly with his dog, and then he spends the next half hour of the film, every scene he's in, we just see him take out the glove of hers that he got his dog to steal off her and just give it a big ol' sniff. And then one time she's watching him as he's just sitting there like going at her glove. I don't think I would find that attractive in a potential partner, but you know, alright. The same Brazilian mouse who makes everything into a football pun, but calls it soccer, which, by the way, neither Brazilians nor Italians do. Where did that even come from? Doesn't matter. He says in one scene that he doesn't believe in like racism or anything like that because he's horny for the human woman. And then like 10 minutes later he says the line, oh, I always say never trust anyone who lives with a cat. I can't tell what's worse about this, what killed off more of my brain cells about this film. Was it the fact that to show that the narrator mouse in the future is the same as this young mouse, they make him wear the same shirt 60 years later? Or is it everything about the simple-minded octopus that the shark prison gang tells to push an iceberg in front of the Titanic so it crashes into it? Or is it... No, it was definitely that last one. What? This is one of the worst films just ever. It's so impressive that they were able to get through the full work of animating this film and never question what they were doing. Though half of them are North Korean. They're not exactly used to questioning stuff, are they? Anyway, the point of this film, and I mean, I don't necessarily want to spoil it for you, but click away now if you would not like a spoiler. It's not a significant one. It is a significant one, but it's not a significant film, so who cares? The point is an anti-whaling message. And they thought the best way to try and get people to stop whaling was to have a bunch of whales foil the plans of the evil guys working with the evil sharks to sink the Titanic, although the Titanic still sinks, but to save everyone then from dying afterwards. And even the people who die, like, well, the mouse and the octopus that die saving everyone, then just show up at the end with unexplained how they survive, just like, yay! Oh my god, it is the worst animated film I've ever seen. It's murderously bad, and somehow there's a sequel. I'm giving a colossal, humongous, ginormous, if only there were more words for huge. Oh yeah, Titanic, waste of time. Half a star. Terrible Tuesday. Every week the channel members vote on an awful film for us to watch on Tuesdays, so you should maybe subscribe and buy a channel membership if you want to vote and make me watch the sequel to this. I'm going to resist it with every fibre of my being. I just can't bring myself to do it, but I know it's going to happen eventually. God.